Real quick message. One's pains or issues or problems, insecurities can be definitely a virus and affects so many other people, and I'll tell you how. Especially in a relationship, when someone has deep rooted insecurities and pains, it can translate into that person being overly imbalanced, and that imbalance trickles down to the other person that they're having a relationship with. Because they have insecurities, they do things to try to hurt or just make themselves feel better by degrading verbally, emotionally, or physically the person that they're in a relationship with. And the other person doesn't know why they're being treated like this. They think that there's something wrong with them, but the reality is that there is absolutely nothing wrong with them at all. It's just that the person that they're having a relationship with, that they're fucking with, has huge problems, but they're not able to recognize that in them, or they recognize that, but they don't value themselves enough to remove themselves from that relationship, right? They stay in that relationship and they themselves become diseased, right? Because cancer is a disease, and when someone has an illness, it's a disease. It's a disease that trickles down to everyone, whoever they have a relationship with. That disease attacks everybody. So whenever someone says, like, I'm not fucking with you anymore, that doesn't mean that they're not saying that they don't love you or they don't care about you anymore. You know what I mean? They're just saying that they're going to protect themselves, right? They're gonna quarantine themselves from you. So I'm not fucking with you, all that means is I'm not gonna allow for myself to be harmed. And so if you're in a relationship and someone breaks up with you or something like that, and you were verbally abusive, you were emotionally abusive, you were physically abusive, all of them are pretty much, they affect you pretty much the same way. If you get punched in the face, that may be less harmful than emotional abuse, because emotional abuse attacks you mentally, right? And then your mental is what manifests your reality. So you may think that it's something totally wrong with you, and you start moving in a way that shows that there's something wrong with you, when in actuality there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that your mental makeup has been altered by this cancer, right? So you want to get this cancer out of your life. You want to build up the muscle, the strength to get this cancer out of your life. And for the people that are cancerous, right, and which is most of us, which is all of us, right? All of us have some type of deep-rooted issue or insecurity about us. Some just worse than others, relatively. It just depends what worse or better mean. So that's the message that I want to put out there, right? We all have a cancer in us, and we all have issues. But if we're aware of it, and if we're working to improve, to heal that disease, that mental disease that we have in us, that insecurity that we have in us, then and we're looking to improve that, we're on the right path. And if someone says, you know what, we just need to break it off, it's just not working. It can be a coworker, it can be a family member, it can be a spouse, it can be older, it can be a relationship with anyone. Okay, you need to break that. You need to break that off. And maybe in the future, if they can show some way that they no longer have a disease, and people are able to rehabilitate themselves. People are able to rehabilitate themselves. That's the thing, and we have to give people that chance, that space, that room to rehabilitate themselves. And also, don't be the one to throw the rocks and throw the stones and think that everyone else has the problem and that they can't rehabilitate themselves when they can, just like you, because you also have problems and you also have issues. Don't be naive and think that your shit don't stink, because your shit stinks. Everybody's shit stinks. Everybody. My shit stinks. Your shit stinks. Everybody's shit stinks. So we have to grow and we have to build and we have to move through the realities that we've built for ourselves. We have to move through the reality that was built by someone else that we took on, and we have to, live our best life. That's my message. Self-love, love other people, peace, love, happiness, and wellness.